Hello guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC. We're also going to talk about Ethereum, but we're going to start off with Bitcoin on the lower degree, right? So as you can see, Bitcoin is moving sideways, nothing going on over the last like a few hours and so on. Price action basically decided to pump all the way up to a 19.7, 19.5 range, depending which exchange you're using. Got a massive rejection down to like the low 18k, right? And pushed back up to just about like a 19.5, got rejected, and now creating a triangular formation. You could call it a bull flag. It could be a bull flag, but depending which time frame you're looking at, right? So we did talk about it during my live stream. If you watch my previous live stream, we said be cautious, even though price action can dip all the way down to 16 to 17k. We could basically be moving sideways, just about just about like 19.5 down to like a 18k area. This could basically possibly create a triangular formation, which is basically what we're getting right now, right? And we're going to take a look at it on the hourly, see if BTC is going to be able to push back up to like a 19.3 to 19.5 area, right? So which is basically going to be very, very bullish for the alt could get a nice pump over the next 24 to 48 hours if that's the case, right? So what I'm looking for, at least over the next few trading session, we're looking for BTC to break out of this triangle. Okay, it is either going to be breaking out to the upside or it is going to break out to the downside. But when we take a look at the daily time frame, which is very, very interesting, we could possibly make a good choice and basically take the right trade and basically move with the trend, right? So keep an eye on basically your 21 EMA on the 8-hour basis, and the next line of defense for the bulls going to be your 12-hour 100 EMA or your 8-hour 100 EMA, whichever you want to you're comfortable with, right? But the 12-hour 100 EMA is just about like 16k, right? Which is not which is pretty aggressive if you're bearish, right? So but your 8-hour, it is just about like 17.1, so 16k, right? 16.5 mid range going to be just about like 16.5 if we break the 18.5 support area, right? Keep that in mind. However, if we break out to the upside, let's say for any type of let's say we get a good news, all right, and BTC decide to pump to the upside, the easiest target to look for to the upside going to be a 1-to-1 extension of this move, right? 1-to-1 extension of this move, you could possibly look for 23.1, okay, just about low 23k, right? If not, you could possibly look for 1.41 extension also, which is like roughly around like 21.7. All right, so that's the upside target. If and only if we break out to the upside, that's a level to look for, right? And we're gonna talk about it once we basically break out to the upside with that little, this little triangular formation right there, right? So keep that in mind. We know the target to the downside, and we know what we're looking for if we get the breakout to the upside without no rejections, right? So now let's take a look at BTC on a daily basis, right? When you take a look at BTC on a daily basis, even though bulls could basically surprise everyone and basically pump to the upside, it is something like we gotta it is something like we just have to trying to basically keep an eye on, which is like daily MACD. Last time we basically the last time we basically dumped down right below the daily 211 EMA and also MACD crossing bearish was like May, right? May 2020, and then also we got another one just about like August 2020, right? And you can see like we basically created a sideways correction lasted like almost for 2 months. Okay, these two sideways correction, the first rejection was first week of May 9th. I don't know if you guys remember, right? May 9th, we got a big dump right there. And you can see that we moved sideways. And I said it, guys, you got to be cautious. Whenever BTC gives you like a 15 to 20% dump, it tends to move sideways for a very long time, right? So you can see like we moved sideways from May 7th all the way down to basically August, late August, almost like over, 2.5 months almost, right? And you can see like right there, just about the 11 12k area after the rejection, sideways correction, dump down, basically waited for the MACD to cross bullish again, right? before another pump to the upside. Right now we got another another bearish crossover, right, on the MACD. We could possibly anticipate another sideways correction. It doesn't mean like BTC going to be going to go to like 14k or 10k and all of that good stuff. All we need to pay attention to it is like, are we going to be getting another sideways correction right here and get the MACD to cross bullish, right, and wait for the next big move to the upside, or another pushback up to 0.618? It matters a lot, because once we basically move sideways, let's say price action going to get supported by the daily 100 EMA, all right, we got a very good chance to push back up. Okay, we got a very good chance to push back up. So the next push to the upside going to define if we're going to get rejected. Let's say we get rejected at 50% to 0.618 and so on. We could possibly say, hey, we're creating a lower highs right there, and we're going to be dropping lower. All right. However, if we break out and break the 20k area, we could possibly look for MACD to make a higher high, right there. MACD to keep pumping to the upside. We got one high, second high, and we could be expecting another third high. It is basically not a short-term. It is not a short-term trade, right? It could last for the next 30 to 60 days. So if you're really in a hurry, right, you might want to basically reconsider your setups and see if BTC is going to be moving sideways over the next few days and so on, right? So now one thing we need to talk about is like the 50-day cycle, right? When you take a look at the 50-day cycle, we might not see a bearish setup right now, right? Until we see until basically the end of the 50-day cycle, right? Why the 50-day cycle is so important? 50-day cycle is so important because we talked about it back in October, right? Before the big move to the upside, we said, guys, BTC is, we could see a rejection just about like a 10.5. However, if the last 50-day cycle closes above a 10.5, this cycle gonna be pumping all the way up to a 20k. Okay, bull's gonna get a very good chance to pump all the way up to 10k. I mean 20k, right? Take a look at the 50-day cycle right there. Take a look at the 27 50-day cycle, right? You take a look at the 2013 50-day cycle, very bullish. As soon as we basically broke all-time high right there, you can see like this sucker just pump all the way up, right? So that's the last 50-day cycle, also almost like close to not all-time high, but you can see like how bullish it is. Okay, that was the last 50-day cycle of 2015. These cycles are pretty aggressive, and you can see like also back in 2018 October 28th, right, we dump all the way down and bottom exactly at 3100. So I'm anticipating a big move right after the cycle close. All right, we're going to get a move to the upside, right, with that small triangular formation. Right now the small triangular formation we're creating right now, right, just about 19.5 to 18.4 range, or we're going to be dumping down below basically 14k and retest the weekly 21 EMA. So we're gonna need to wait, right, at least over the next like 7 to 10 days. We could get a good data and get some good data and basically try to figure out which way BTC could be pumping to the either if BTC is going to be pumping to the upside, or we're going to be retesting the weekly 21 EMA just about like 13.5 to 14.5 area, right? Right now, let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, right? Ethereum weekly time frame, it is still bullish. Nothing crazy regarding Ethereum. Next major resistance for Ethereum going to be roughly around like 800, right? We take a look at it right there. As you guys remember, we talked about Ethereum resistance going to be 620, 640 range, got rejected right there. So keep an eye on Ethereum, okay? Lower degree, we can still drop right back down to like a 500 range. We're going to talk about the lower degree, but the weekly time frame, it is still bullish. No sign of reversal. It doesn't mean we're not going to get rejected, right? Or we cannot reverse back down and retest like lower numbers. But when you take a look at the weekly, the trend, it is still bullish. No need to basically be panicking right now, right? So now let's take a look at Ethereum on the lower degree. If you take a look at Ethereum on the lower degree, we did talk about for Ethereum, we did talk about Ethereum retesting 500, right? And another pushback up to 600 and another retest of 500. But when you take a look at the weekly, it doesn't seem like a bulls going to be giving up right now the 450 480 range. Okay, so but let's see if we're going to be able to get it on a lower degree. Hopefully you know, over the next few trading session we could possibly see Ethereum revisiting 500 range and basically possibly pumping to the upside. But guys, this structure right there, it is a bullish structure. It doesn't have to retest right here. It can pump all the way up to 800 and drop right back down to a 500. Remember that, okay? The structure we got right there, it is already a bullish pattern. So it can either create a triangular formation right here, just like BTC, right? But Ethereum can break out, give us the you know, 800 low 800 range before dropping right back down to like a 500. So keep that in mind. It can either also drop right there, right, before breaking out. I'm not saying it's going to break out, but the pattern, it is going to be a bullish pattern as long as we do not create another lower high right here. The next move, if we retest 500, the next move is like we got to break 620, 630, 640 area. Okay, we cannot basically create a you know, a low high. Otherwise, you know, we could be anticipating a trend reversal over the next few weeks, few months, and so on, right? So keep an eye on Ethereum. The trend on the macro scale, like a weekly time frame and so on, it is still bullish. Lower degree, it is basically trying to create a possible, you know, breakout or, you know, a possible retest of the low 500 range, right? All right, guys, that's all I wanted to cover today. Thanks a lot for watching. If you're new to our content, make sure to don't forget to hit the likes. If you want to join the you know, public Telegram group, link in the description. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching.